Toyota just unveiled the new 2024 Grand Highlander SUV on the eve of the Chicago Auto Show, and here's why this vehicle is such a big deal. Literally. Okay, so this grandest of Highlanders should be an amazing road trip vehicle for families, but before I tell you why, let's talk very briefly about the styling, which up front you can see is very different. The standard Highlander's front end is much more rounded than this. This is very chiseled and brings to mind the Sequoia or, of course, the smaller RAV4, and I do really like what they've done here. But as for features, the Grand Highlander comes with 13 cup holders, up to 7 USB Type-C ports. Of course, you can get a wireless charging pad to keep your phone fully juiced at all times. There's an available 1500 watt power outlet, and then Platinum models, get this, both the first and second row seats are available with heating and cooling, which is awesome. So this should be a great vehicle for families if you want to go on a road trip. But the biggest, most significant improvement made to the Grand Highlander over the standard Highlander is the third row seat. You guys have got to check this out. So this right here is the big news with the Grand Highlander. We've got nearly 6 inches of additional legroom compared to a standard Highlander. It's about 2.5 inches wider back here as well, so it's much more hospitable for adult passengers, life-sized adults. If you've ever sat in the third row of the standard Highlander, you're basically like this, your knees are at your chin. It's not comfortable, although I could be very comfortable and happy back here for hours at a stretch. It is vastly superior than the standard Highlander. They've also added some USB ports, some great cup holders and storage cubbies, and there's even a nice grab handle here to make it easier to get into the third row, because as you get older, of course, as I'm slowly starting to learn, you get frail, and these will be very nice to have. So how did Toyota add so much more room to the third row? Well, the Grand Highlander's wheelbase has been extended by about 4 inches to 116 inches, and they've made the vehicle overall about 6.5 inches longer. So that's where the room came from. But it's not just the third row. Toyota says that behind this third row, you can get up to 7 pieces of carry-on sized luggage, which is quite a lot of luggage, I'll tell you. If you fold these 2 rows down, you get 98 cubic feet of room, which is about comparable to a Chevy Traverse, though it is more than what you get in a Ford Explorer, Honda Pilot, or Hyundai Palisade. So, just like other Toyotas, the new Grand Highlander comes with a 12.3-inch touchscreen on the dashboard. It's crisp and colorful, plus it supports dual Bluetooth capability, and it has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So, what's under the hood? Well, 3 different powertrains are going to be offered. There's a base 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that should be good for 265 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Of course, Toyota is famed for its hybrids, and they're going to offer a system in this vehicle built around a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, a very familiar system, and that should get you about 243 horsepower. Stepping up from there, the top dog offering is the Hybrid Max system, which is built around that 2.4-liter turbo engine I mentioned a moment ago, but it throws in more hardware and electric motors. That gets you 362 horsepower and 400 pounds of torque. Now that is enough to get this vehicle from 0 to 60 in just 6.3 seconds, and you can tow up to 5,000 pounds. Now the first 2 powertrains I mentioned are available with either front or all-wheel drive, but the Hybrid Max, that only comes with 4-corner traction. Keeping you and your kiddies safe, this vehicle comes standard with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, which is the automaker's suite of advanced driver assistance technologies. And of course, that includes things like adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic high beams, and a whole bunch more. Though I'm not sure why I'm kneeling at the rear tire to talk about that stuff, but here we are. The 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander will be offered in 3 different trim levels. There's XLE, Limited, and Platinum. As for pricing and availability information, unfortunately, I don't have anything to share, though Toyota should release those details in the summertime. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this first look video. Check out our first drive feature on the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid. You know, if you haven't considered a Mitsubishi in a while, check out this SUV. It is shockingly nice, and quite fuel efficient too.